Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
Yo, it is. It's her and I'm the other one.
I'm Jax,
And I'm not.
and that's my lovely girlfriend Sleet. Welcome in, folks. Thank you, Callus, for the raid. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
Welcome, raiders.
you for
If
dragging your callus all the way over here. It's
sure,
fun.
that's a thing.
Uh-huh.
I hope y'all were having fun with Phoenix Wright. We need to get back to that.
Yeah. Pahoenix Woridgit.
Sure, that's the way you can say that. Oh my goodness, it's
You
been
know
a
the sad
tiring
thing
day.
about Phoenix, right, though, is that it can never really be a AAA game. At least the Ace Attorney ones can't. Because they only got two of them.
I'm patting you on the head so much.
Yay! Yay! I love head pats.
I feel like we need a special Turbo head pats redeem that just like oh Ellie, thank you for the head pats. I,
Thank you.
I feel like we need turbo head pats that just like has a fucking hand descend from orbit like just on fire and just delivers a single devastating pat.
Uh-huh.
I think I need to work on that. And then you explode. Exactly, and then we explode.
Yay! And then the stream ends.
The final pat is like fucking some kind of Sephiroth summon.
Yeah.
And comes down and pets it speeds up until there's nuclear test.
It's
Yeah.
like fully coolly, but I don't have a baseball bat.
It's like petting your Kerfus too much in Voices of the Void.
Yay.
Let's just get Farming Sim up and going.
Okay.
Uh, and we can just talk while we're at it. Take care, Callus. Oh! It's time for this person to die.
Ooh. Enjoy hell.
Perish. Where's my
Welcome, Moon and
button?
Star. I have prepared a place for you.
Well, hello. Nearly been here for 3 years. How's the girls?
Where the fuck's my killing them button? Why don't I have a killing them button close at hand?
Oh, oh no. Where's the nuclear football? There we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Unnatural 20. I need to get the mod buttons
Thanks, Match.
onto my stream overlay. What were we saying? Wow, thank you for the 32 goddamn months. That's a lot.
That's a lot of months.
Just hold still right there. How do you like your bottom
Okay.
surgery?
Um, you know, it's a bit longer than I thought they usually. I didn't think it was necessarily
Uh-huh.
bow to stern, but here we are.
This is a new bottom surgery. You'll be two people at the end of it.
Wow. Bot and Tom.
I replaced the H with an H with a diacritic. Great.
Are
Awesome.
these are these is our refrigerator suddenly green, or is it just that reflective and sunny outside?
I think it's always been green.
Wow. It looks like our Sims 2 fridge, or rather Patty and Minions
Oh yeah.
Sims 2 fridge.
All
The
the
one that Bigfoot's coworkers kept replacing over and over
yeah.
again.
Need that mitosis surgery? Exactly.
Yeah.
The surgery
Go
that
to the
makes you go.
doc and say, "Oh, mitosis."
Yeah, you did it. You took my joke.
Yay.
Snuggle your brick. Absolutely.
The brick snuggler. The brugler.
The Brugler. Oh,
Oh, how's your day been, Jax?
mine's been okay. I had too much energy drinks in the morning, and I did reach the point where I was like, oh, I've had too many energy drinks. I feel so fucking tired. Which
Ah.
might be diagnostic of ADHD. I don't fucking know. caffeine doesn't really work that well on me unless I have just a shit ton of it, and when I have a shit ton of it, I feel terrible.
That is a common thing with ADHD.
Oh yeah, that's ADHD. Oh, that's for sure ADHD. Assigned ADHD at chat. Like, I don't know. Like, I talked to my registered nurse about this, and she was like, I don't know. Actually, no, it's not registered nurse. It's nurse practitioner. That's it. And she was like, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily sound super diagnostic of ADHD. Here's a questionnaire for you to fill in. And she emailed me the questionnaire, and I was like, okay, I need to get to this. And somewhere deep buried in my email is still that unanswered fucking questionnaire. So, like, I feel like we've made jokes about this in the past, but again, that feels like the litmus test for maybe.
It is like one of the Men in Black tests where like the secret the secret answer is not being able to fill it out because of the ADHD. Hey, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of a two-part question. One, what's the brown one for?
Well, honey,
help.
That one's for honey.
Oh, I love honey. Yummy.
Not. That's for honey brackets euphemism.
Oh, it's euphemistic, honey. Well, you know what? You don't need to get me out of here. You can just sort of set the whole thing on fire then. I think I'm good.
Well, you escaped anyway.
I'm free.
The test is if you procrastinate to do it or not. Yeah, it feels that way a little bit. Man, we should get.
I've had so many mornings where I wake up early feeling exhausted and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some coffee to perk me up, and then I have a big cup of coffee and then I go to bed and then sleep again.
That's the cum crate? No.
Oh.
No, the big brown one's for poop. Or
yeah.
What was it? It's
not any fun kind of honey.
Not silage, it's
slurry.
Slurry, that was it.
Slurry or digest it, which is also gross.
Does it
also sounds like
take
a British cookie?
Does it take digest it?
How is honey a poop euphemism? I don't know, but it is. If you ever see a honey wagon, it's not. It's not bee juice.
Yeah.
UP, it's 39 barks. 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 Barks.
Barks. Chat. Barks. 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 Oh, it stopped. Well, now there's all the puppy girls in chat are all riled up.
What the fuck? Oh, I don't think the birds aren't our client side. We don't have the same birds in the same places, but I swear to God, one of these birds just kind of dove into the concrete and just started like ice skating across it.
I have prepared a place for you.
It was just like head stuck in the texture.
Jack, Dragon Shark GF, thank you for the resub. 15 months. God dang, that.
Thank you.
Time
That's
fucking
a long
flies.
time.
Also, Mela, thank you for the 39 months. What the fuck is a Golden Kappa train?
Ugh.
Is that a special hype train? Did we get a special hype train? Is that what that is?
Oh. Yeah, wait, what? What the fuck? Oh no, it's a Kappa full of honey.
Oh, Brody. Well, I guess if you really want to do whatever with that, question mark, question mark, question mark. Do the thing with the stuff. Oh, if you participate in a Golden Kappa train, you get access to a Golden Kappa for 24 hours. Awesome.
Barks.
Great, worth it.
Wow.
Barks.
Wow, how exciting.
Barks. Barks.
I can't believe my
Barks.
dreams are finally coming
Barks.
true.
Barks. Barks.
Sleep, don't
Barks.
discourage people from giving
Barks.
us money.
Welcome, Moon and Star.
Oh yeah, no,
I have
Wicked
prepared a
give
place
us
for
money,
you.
but because you want to support us, not for. I thought it was like the turtle with the hole in his head thing.
No, no.
I don't remember what the fuck those stupid emotes are called. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, thank you for the 100 bits and the many, many barks and unnatural 20. Thank you for gifting a sub to Squeak. What
Yay!
the did get those lightsabers, huh? Forgot about those.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck do we need to do today? Because I feel like we
I don't know.
were in the middle of something or had just finished something, and I don't really know which.
Well, it is 1:30 in game.
Hmm.
So we must have done like. It looks like we've done our dailies.
Yeah, it looks like we're done our day. Let's go to bed.
Good on bed. Is there anything to sell today?
I do this not because I love Bezos, but because at
What
my
is
core I
today?
am a
Today
Barksist
is
and a
April.
Meowist.
Hiya, thank you. Barksist and Meowist are very fucking good. Um. Oh my goodness. I think we've sold all the stuff we need to sell today.
Okay, good. Well, the only thing I can see is wool, but we're making clothes out of that anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, clothes
don't.
also today. Did we sell clothes?
Judging by our bank balance, yes. I also remember us loading up that truck.
Yippee!
So-
Yippee!
Yippee.
Yippee! Good, because I don't.
Hey, there's a log on the bed.
Oh yeah, that I do remember.
I'm gonna sleep like that.
Yeah, it's our lumber docky.
Oh, Log-kun, you understand me. We're having a blast playing the Tale of Two Wastelands mod for New Vegas. Hell yeah. I remember installing that because I couldn't for the life of me get Fallout 3 to run for more than 15 minutes on my PC without crashing. And I really wanted to play Fallout 3. Don't ask me why. So I ended up going through the fucking bizarre route of installing Tale of Two Wastelands in order to play, in order to immediately go from wherever it is you start in that to the capital wasteland and just bop around Fallout 3. And remarkably, shoving the entirety of Fallout 3 into Fallout New Vegas did not make Fallout New Vegas, which is not what you would call a particularly stable game anyway. It did not make it more unstable. Well, I mean, it did, but it was more stable than just Fallout 3 was. Man. We really need to do a New Vegas playthrough. We really need to do that Morrowind playthrough we've been kind of thinking about.
Yeah, I always have so much fun when we do that.
Yeah.
It's so good.
We've got something cooking for that as well.
Gives us so many opportunities for me to do the Dark Elf voice.
Love how you can get air in this truck. Yeah, that's the Mack truck difference, baby. She said truck knowingly.
Truculously.
Truculously. Please stream Old World Blues, I'm obsessed with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it bad I don't see the hype for Vegas but like 3? I mean, everyone's got their own preferences.
I mean,
like,
you're allowed to like whatever you want forever.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we're not gonna,
there is,
to
be fully fair, a lot of just desert in, the desert.
Yeah, yeah.
And the big city ruins are really cool. So it's not like you're not allowed to like it.
It also, like, at the start of New Vegas, it does feel a little bit like you end up just the tiniest bit constricted. um, like especially early on, because like you can't just beeline to Vegas. You gotta go the long way around, and
Not if you're a coward.
yeah, true. And um, if you don't go the long way round, then you're faced with some very big challenges, which is an important teaching moment from the game, I think. But also,
Mhm.
um, I don't know. It kind of adds up to making the game a little bit more linear, which not necessarily a bad thing. But usually when I'm starting up a Bethesda game, even though obviously this is an Obsidian game, I'm usually just looking for. I want an open world that I can just dick around in and do what the
Yeah,
fuck
I just
ever.
want to pick a direction and go.
Love
Even
Vegas
though
because
Vegas is the worst Fallout DLC of all time and also is the best Fallout DLC of all time. It's so
yeah,
true.
just reading that message. Yeah.
So true.
Okay. So uh, on three, we're gonna say the worst Fallout 3 DLC. One,
Uh-huh.
two, Honest Hearts.
Honest Hearts. That's not
Well,
Fallout
you.
3, but I agree.
Sorry. No, I said
I
on
was
three. We're gonna.
confused.
No, I said on three. We're gonna say the worst DLC.
Well,
And you
okay.
and you just didn't, so that's cool.
Well, I did, but I was confused, so I stalled. But yes, it's 1,000,000% Honest Hearts.
Really? You don't like Dead Money? That's interesting. I kind of dug Dead Money in terms of storytelling and I don't know, I got a fair bit out of it. It has been fucking years since I've played it, so maybe on a replay it would be less weird. Also, I gotta say, played the DLCs backwards. Like, started with Old World Blues,
Oh,
went to Dead Money, and then question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't think I ever touched Honest Hearts, and I don't think I did Lonesome Road, but I at the very least started going backwards through the DLCs. Was were there
go on.
were there more DLCs than that? There was Honest Hearts, there
Lonesome
was
Road.
Lonesome Road, yeah, there was Honest Hearts, there was Dead Money, Old World Blues, Lonesome Road. That's four.
Those four.
Was that it?
Yep.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, where's all of them? Yeah, Dead Money is I like what it like how it tries to not just be more of the same Fallout New Vegas.
Mhm.
Like it's a heist now, and you got to work with these people. It's really really cool. The Ghost Recon armor or whatever looks cool as shit.
Hmm.
Um, I I didn't think it was a super banger the whole way through, but it did some cool stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't really like Lonesome Road all that much. I like the DLC. It was neat, but Ulysses kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He's kind of a dumbass, and taking his whole thing seriously to me feels like is just a weird stance to take about everything.
I mean, the game lets you talk him down, right? Because I remember at least you were
It
able to figure that out, right?
does, which also kind of feels like a cop out because the whole thing with him is like spoilers for this very old game, by the way. The whole thing with him is like you gotta choose. You either gotta nuke the NCR, you gotta nuke the Legion, but they're gonna go off no matter what. But then you can be like, but what if Pretty Please though? And he's like, okay, let's stop it then. And then you can, and it's like, well,
I feel
way
like
to
I feel like you have
go
a
back
better
on your
argument.
convictions.
I feel like you have a better argument than Pretty Please then, but
Well,
yeah.
yeah, because his argument is stupid and
Yeah.
makes no sense at all.
Yeah. Again,
I mean, it doesn't not make sense, but it's a very stupid argument that he
Again,
makes, and
I-
it's easy to just be like, well, that's nothing, my man.
again, fake Fallout New Vegas fan. I played Dead Money um and Old World Blues, and I thought I played another one, but I definitely didn't because I sure as hell didn't play Honest Hearts. Why are the hay bales made of grimace?
Because he didn't pay up.
Yeah. Also because our baler has custom wrap.
Yeah, we shelled out for the gamer silage wrap.
Yeah.
Those are they're wrapped in plastic so that they can get stinky in a very particular way that cows love, or at least tolerate.
Hey, Dr. King Boss. Yeah, it is. Well, we're gonna give you a freebie here. Normally, you'd have to pay for what time is it, but we'll give you this freebie. Where I'm at, it is coming up on 10 p.m., and where Sleet's at, it's what, nearly. Oh,
It is 1 a.m.
okay, Unnatural 20 has
Almost.
redeemed
Thank
both
you.
our times. The
Wow.
time is 21:54.
The current time is 12:54 a.m.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna. No wonder y'all look sleepy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got home from work about an hour ago, so and boy, what a day it was. So I'm definitely like
Yeah. Yeah. There's gonna come a time, hopefully sometime this year, even, where we're streaming from the same location. So, you know,
mhm,
that'll be fun.
appointmently.
Poignantly, and that's gonna be good as hell.
Yeah.
Need to figure
And
out the
that's the
microphone
only reason
situation.
we're doing it.
Yeah, we're moving Sleet
That's like
up
the
to
prime
Canada.
reason for sure.
Moving Sleet up to Canada to advance our our burgeoning career as streamers. um, I I think really thing with Fallout is I had a lot more fun with Wasteland 3 than I have with a
God,
Fallout game in a
yes.
long time. Like,
Yes.
again, I don't really feel like the game necessarily stuck the landing as far as the ending goes.
No, I agree.
But when, like, ask yourself in your heart of hearts, how frequently do games actually stick the landing with their ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, Honest Hearts might be good in terms of uh storytelling and such, but in terms of just everything around it gestures at the whole thing, it's kind of sucks.
Yeah. Who would have thought that a DLC about bringing Mormonism to these noble savages is gonna have some weird issues with it, just sort of
Yeah.
humanistically speaking. Also, I never really I'm okay. I'm the first to admit that I'm kind of a dumbass.
Hmm.
I don't. Everybody really seems to like old Joshy G, and that he's like the reason Honest Hearts is actually good because he's such a well written and interesting character, and I don't see it.
It's because he says something cool at one time, and that
That's
seems to
kind of
be
what it
it.
feels like. It's like
Like,
there's not much of a redemption arc that he's doing with himself here. He's still a fascist warlord.
I like him. I think he's interesting. Okay, I am actually interested here. He sucks and he's evil, and that's why I like him. Okay, I'm
That's totally fair.
I'm for
That's
that.
totally fair as
Yeah,
a read.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. like I do enjoy that there's a read of Caesar in New Vegas that he's just a complete fucking dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Don't get people who try to redeem him and you read what he has to say. I need to play Honest Hearts apparently. Like
Yeah.
maybe that's something we do when we do go through New Vegas. Like
Hell yeah, we should.
it would be nice to experience that and kind of like analyze it a little bit because
Mhm.
really a lot of what I've heard is just yeah, Honest Hearts kind
There
of
are
aged
a
bad
couple
has bad
things
elements.
Honest Hearts does really right. And I think that includes the Glove of She, which is cool. And also one of the guys is named Two Bears High Fiving, and that's really funny.
Oh, I forgot that this little fucking twink truck does not
Oh
have
no.
enough juice in the caboose to lift a bale. I think that's not how Hegelian dialectics. I
Mhm.
don't I don't know these things. Something to do with fucking Hegel anyway.
He has a
The
very basic like Wikipedia summary understanding of Hegelian dialectics, which to be
and
fair is what I do too
and
also.
he
But
says uh what is it? Oh shit, what is it? It's something antithesis synthesis.
yeah, hypothesis, antithesis, and synthesis, which are not
Yeah,
actual terms specifically used in Hegelian dialectics,
yeah.
although it is a sort of theme relevant to it, and it
Mhm.
gets misconstrued a lot thereby.
He is, I think, a perfect example of a character who is um I don't want to say it, but well, no, he's a surface level smart person. Like
Yeah,
he says the
yeah.
things that sound smart, and the moment you kind of dig into it, it's like, well, wait, actually, and that's kind of a pretty good way of doing uh an interesting fascist character like that.
It's great. I love Caesar in that game. He's such a great character for that reason. He's just a Nazi demagogue, and he's about as competent as you would expect someone like him to be. He's just Trump with a pneumatic gauntlet, you
Yeah,
know? And the fact that he's got enough charisma to make
yeah,
people who feel the need to have an authoritarian leader like him to believe the bullshit he says because he's charming enough to say it in a way that if you don't know better and don't want to know better, you're like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
that sounds smart. Yeah, I'll go with that. Like I was gonna say he's kind of the Elon Musk, but like no, no. I think Caesar has more charisma than Elon Musk, and
Oh yeah.
less of a ketamine addiction.
Well,
Um,
I don't know about that, but
have you seen
I
them talk
mean, it
about
would be
fucking?
like Jetamine, I guess, because of
Yeah.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Well, he is addicted to
Uh-huh. Go on.
cancer drugs.
Yeah, the way
Yeah.
that I'm addicted to drinking water.
Yeah. I could drop the wool off here. I don't even need to keep that. Ulysses addicted to bandages. Oh my, they're so yummy.
Delicious. Oh god. Like,
The funniest part of Lonesome Road, which, well, maybe I shouldn't say that if you haven't. Did you say you played that one? It's on a starts you haven't played.
I watched you play it.
Okay. The funniest thing that Lonesome Road did was spend so much of the time adding character to Edie. I guess it's Eddie, but I like Edie better.
Yeah.
Um, just so that they can make Edie do a heroic sacrifice to make you feel bad. It's so egregious, which doesn't
Yeah.
mean it doesn't work.
It works so fucking
Because I
well,
love
but
Edie so much,
yeah,
and that was really, yeah,
like,
it's just very funny to me.
it's extremely egregious, but also, like, it's great if you've been bopping around with ED the whole goddamn time.
Hmm.
But
Which you
also,
should.
like, you know, I can only imagine Obsidian went, well, shit, we've got to make people. Like, people didn't necessarily have to bop around with the robot. We do want to make ED kind of central to this. So, fuck, we gotta make you care about the robot.
Yeah, but then also it's not actually Edie the whole time, so that kind of makes it feel
Yeah, because
a
also
little bit weird.
they have to account for, well, what if you're playing on hardcore and you're and Edie got fucking wasted? It does feel like there's some weird shit in there that's like kind of a compromise for player freedom.
Hmm.
Um and you know, that is what it is. I also definitely like that there's definitely not the whole fucking thing with New Vegas is that there is no good fucking choice. There's no 100% positive
Yeah,
choice. Like,
it's so good.
uh, like, there's no like. Obviously, fuck Caesar's Legion. Fuck them into the
Right.
ground for so many reasons. Um, like I think that's the obviously incorrect choice, but there's arguments that
Yeah.
you could make for them in the whole. Well, the world has kind of changed completely. That said, the fact that, you know, the NCR has been able to kind of rebuild some form of society is interesting and kind of serves as a counterpoint to Caesar's Legion. The problem with NCR is that the kind of society they're building is exactly the same fucking society that precipitated the Great War.
Yeah,
And
exactly. They're
uh,
both civilizations and models of civilizations that failed and fell. It's just NCR's is more recent
and
and feels
also
less barbaric because they've gotten a lot better at smoothing over the fact that they also have, you know, as many problems as the Legion does.
yeah, like if you go back to Fallout 2, the NCR does not allow slaves within their gates. So there's just a slave pen outside of the NCR place. And
Yeah,
it's like, well, you're not you're not really living to those ideals, are you?
yeah, it's like great on you to say, "Well, we will never allow slavery in our borders," and then allow the slavery to sit just outside of it without
Just
doing anything
ever so
about it.
slightly outside. Also, like, definitely a sign of a healthy democracy when that your first president is just president for life, essentially.
Hmm.
So
To be fair, I guess Tandy was actually really good, and she was
yeah,
voted in every single time.
true, true.
Um, what's
But
funny to me is as soon as she left, they went ahead and speed ran so many years of U.S. politics that they got the uh, Brahmin barons to basically control the whole government.
No, exactly. God. Okay, it's time to
I
flavor bless the
think
cows a little bit, I think.
it would have gone a long way to making the Legion feel like a less obvious bad choice if we were able to see some of the civilization that they had going on, because they had, fairly large borders of a society,
Yeah.
which was surely obviously dysfunctional in the same way that Rome was, but Rome was an empire that lasted forever. But all we really see are the front lines of a, military encampment, and it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
get a feel for it as being anything other than that anywhere else.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I so agree, because you can, I feel like a lot of people would say that the obvious correct choice is to go with Yes Man, but that's also like, who the fuck's gonna run the place then? You don't know
Yeah.
shit about fuck. You're a mailman, for
Yeah,
Christ's
no.
sake. You can't run a country,
No,
a
exactly.
city state.
Like, it's this thing where it's like, the only choice that I can make here is me. Because, obviously I've seen the fucking Heart of Darkness in Caesar's Legion and in the NCR and, all the other options on the table, and then it's just like, well, what if I just run this? And it's like, well, yeah, but, like you said, you don't know shit from fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The really best option would be, I feel like, the followers of the apocalypse, but it's not really a choice that you
Not
get to
really,
make.
no.
So
Like, Brotherhood of Steel is clearly a terrible fucking choice because,
oh yeah, they
um,
they're they've basically fallen apart by
like,
that point. At least any chapter close enough to have dealings with Nevada.
it is very interesting that, um, the whole Bethesda Fallout thing has, whether intentionally or not, given us an East Coast Brotherhood of Steel that's increasingly just militaristic and fascistic, which I feel like was maybe not a fully intentional choice in Fallout 3, but in Fallout 4 it felt definitely more intentional because, like, Fallout 4, Brotherhood of Steel explicitly want to wipe out all synths, which, yikes. Yikes on ice.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and yeah, Western Brotherhood of Steel has just kind of collapsed due to. Uh, well, no, it hasn't collapsed. It's in what feels like terminal decline due
yeah.
Come to
to.
me through fire and war. I welcome
Matt P 2026. Thank you for the follow. It
Oh,
feels like
thank
it's
you.
in like this terminal decline because they were too busy huffing their own farts to do fucking anything.
Yeah, exactly. They want to hoard all this technology so that they cannot do anything with it, and also not let anybody else into their cool Mensa club.
Yeah,
So now their, incest fueled population is
oh
starting to
God.
dwindle a little bit. Oh,
Imagine that.
happy birthday, Matt P. Sorry about the incest comment there.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude. Mr. Spot. Uh, yeah, we kind of, had a small whoops with driving across a field.
Ah, thank you for taking some responsibility.
You're all fired. No! This is our farm!
I didn't know we'd planted anything there yet. It was Marchuary.
How wide is it? the fuck? There we go. How wide's this weeder?
The
Or
weed wider. The wide weeder.
the wide weeder.
Wide and weeder.
Oh yeah, that's plenty wide. Yeah, like Eastern Brotherhood of Steel has their shit together. Unfortunately, their shit seems not great.
Their shit stinks.
Yeah.
They are broccoli farts. They are.
I am still wondering, like, oh shit, just cancel that contract. I sure did. Oops. I'm still wondering, like, what the story with the Brotherhood of Steel in the Fallout TV show is, because, like, it's Brotherhood of Steel in the West, but I don't know that it's necessarily the Western Brotherhood of Steel, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't feel entirely like where New Vegas left off with them. Although maybe the more California centric chapters were a little less falling apart because they
Yeah.
didn't have to go to war with NCR over Helios One. God, I'm a
True.
fucking dweeb. Jesus, I like Fallout. Everybody.
Yeah, I wonder.
Come to me through
I wonder if you
fire
could
and
tell
war.
that, given that we've
I
been
welcome
talking about this for the past God knows how long. Well, Frozy,
That's
thank
why I
you.
love doing these farm sim streams. We just start bullshitting about whatever. It usually becomes political, but
Yeah,
here we are.
farming, the least political thing you can do.
Exactly.
Definitely no politics involved with
You know,
agribusiness
that's a
and
good
food
point.
production.
Actually, I had mentioned when we were doing our SteamWorld Heist stream,
Uh-huh.
um, how cool it is to me that they've got this kind of setting with games in a bunch of different genres. That's cool. What about Fallout farming sim? Can we be Brahmin barons? I want
That
my
would be
cool two-headed moose.
kind of neat, actually. Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
we
They
need a
have
graphic
to.
for we're talking about Fallout time. Yeah, moo, I say. Yeah, and I think tactics is non-canonical to some extent. To what extent, I'm
I,
not fully sure.
yeah, there's parts of it that are because I think it explains how the Brotherhood got over to the East Coast.
Yeah.
IRC, but there's some weird, dumb bullshit that I think people are happy to just forget about.
A lot of stuff with robots, a lot of stuff that kind of casts the Vault experiments as being specifically about such and such, and just a lot of things that are just not really a thing that the folks that came to pick up the Fallout IP wanted to have there.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we don't talk about the two Fallout Brotherhood of Steel third-person games. You know, fucking wake me up when Tomato Anus includes those in the fucking Fallout Anthology speedrun.
What are those words you just said to me? Tomato anus? What?
Oh, okay, there is a
Upset? Crying?
noted speedrunner of Fallout called and other games too called Tomato Anus.
Has anybody told this person that they need a better name?
Well, funnily enough, when they went on one of the Games Done Quicks, they had they were allowed on the condition of you can't call yourself Tomato Anus. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't. So he was just like, "Hi, my name's Tomato Angus. The G is silent.
Awesome.
and just
It's
went for
actually
it.
pretty good.
Really fucking good way of getting around it. Fucking,
Tomato Angus, the G is silent.
she is silent and invisible, yeah. So pretty fucking good. Liked that. But yeah, he has a Fallout anthology. Oh, was that his Lana speedrun? I I feel like he also did the Fallout anthology run at GDQ. But yeah, yeah, the whole thing was just he did was it 1, 2, 3, New Vegas and 4, I think, in a single sitting, and you know, blasted through them in like an hour because Fallout 1 is trivial to beat if you know exactly where you're going and get lucky. Fallout 2, I mean, again, if you know exactly where you're going, you get lucky and you're very careful, you can. But yeah. I feel like a lot of the Fallout games are, in terms of speedruns, are if you know exactly where you're going, they go quickly. Yeah, okay, the marathon safe run is 2 hours, 16 minutes. Okay, yeah. So, a fair bit of time. I don't think he spends much more than like 15 minutes on the first two Fallouts.
Wow.
But yeah, it's a fun watch. I forget exactly what my point of that whole thing was. Oh yeah, it was because I brought him up being like, yeah, wake me up when he adds Fallout Brotherhood of Steel to the fucking anthology run. Love the way you can cheese the final boss in Fallout 2. Go on.
He's lactose intolerant, so you give him cheese. It explodes.
Like, there is a big urban myth about how you can defeat the final boss of Fallout 2. And I'm interested to see what Lazel has to say. Because I feel like the reverse pickpocket beer onto him. No shit.
What?
I didn't know about that one. Tell me about it. Like, does he just fucking explode, or does
It's just
he drink it? What happened?
is he going to liver failure in the middle of the fight?
Like, I know that his stats are all 10s across the board in the special system, so you do it enough, he gets himself so drunk that he can't hit you for crap. You reverse pickpocket the beer onto him and he just drinks it immediately? That rules.
That's funny. Oh boy. I don't remember this. A special treat for old Frankie.
God.
Yay.
Man. I've really been enjoying watching Tim Kane's YouTube channel. It has been fucking great.
He's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I did not actually know that he's gay, bi? I think he's gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
Yeah. I didn't actually know that until I started watching it, and it's been interesting to hear his talking about LGBTQ stuff in the workplace that he was at, especially like he does bring up that he worked with a trans woman at one point, and just some of the shit that he saw happen there, and yeah. And
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, very cool guy. Very interesting to hear what he has to say, because he's very opinionated about what he does with game design, what he's done with game design, and obviously he's got a lot of hindsight to talk about as well, which is very interesting. Like, you can learn a lot about just going over your previous projects and going, well, okay, what worked here, what didn't, yada yada yada. And just hearing how some of the systems in Fallout came together almost by accident. Like, reverse pickpocketing was not not something that was intentionally developed, but it was absolutely something that the testers latched onto. And the way he tells it is that the testers would go around Shady Sands with a stack of dynamite and see how many kids they could reverse pickpocket the dynamite onto before they started to explode. But yeah,
awesome.
Reverse pickpocketing came up because it was just a consequence of the pickpocketing interface using essentially the same interface as the inventory. So, of course, you can take stuff out of that and put stuff into it. And as a consequence of how some of the other stuff worked in the game, dynamite kept ticking down even when it was in an inventory, so because that was how they built it out. So from that, the behavior emerged that oh, you can just reverse pickpocket explosives onto people and blow them up covertly that way. Every game that's ever made has a bunch of shit in there that they did by accident, then realized was good. Just sort of the nature of creation. Absolutely. Which is why I think it's very important, and this is, me speaking as someone who has not really made any games that I would care to share with folks yet. It's why I feel it's very important to, playtest and get something you can fiddle around with as soon as possible. Oh, hello.
Hi.
You wanted to
I
show off?
promise I did my absolute best. Oh, I fell.
What do you mean? Oh, okay, we don't have any... Oh, you mean in loading that thing up? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Just having a prototype that you can tinker around with lets you kind of home in on what's fun, what works, what doesn't. Like, you see that in a lot of game dev. Like, I know that for Breath of the Wild, they built out this... I don't know if any of y'all saw this, but it was like a prototype that kind of used the 2D Zelda as like a quickly hacked together representation of how some of the systems in the game would work. So, like, they had interactions between, like, fire and water and wind and things like that. Just had some kind of prototype to play with just to see, okay, what works, what's fun, what's not, what are things that people are trying but can't do because we've not accounted for it. All this kind of thing. Just... It's a wild-ass thing because, like, well, a long time ago in software design, you would kind of want to just plan everything the fuck out in depth before building it out. And in a lot of software design jobs nowadays, that's still kind of true. But in a lot more jobs, we've been kind of hit with the curse of agile development, where agile essentially means fuck it, we ball development, which can be good, can be bad. Agile mentioned time to smite everything. Yeah, I'm very much of the opinion that a tool isn't necessarily bad. It's what you do with it. That's not always true, obviously. Like, if you hand me a fucking
Gun.
well, I don't know what I'd do with that. I was trying to reach for, like... Okay, yeah, if you hand me a chocolate teapot, I'm not necessarily going to know what to do with that, but it's certainly not going to be brew tea, you know?
It's gonna be give it to your chocolate fiend of a wife to wheel and run off into the corner and eat it like a frightened rat.
I'm placing a gun on the table mid-conversation, not for any reason, just to change the tone. Yeah. Oh, God. A lot of older games have the "we did it by accident, it's good" thing too. It's just they also leave in all the accidents they're bad, which is why early Pokemon is so fascinating. Yeah. If you cold brew Gamaicha in a chocolate teapot in a fridge, I guess? In a toasted rice chocolate flavor. Oh, there you go. Like, that's a case where the tool isn't necessarily bad. It's just bad if you're gonna try and use it for the wrong usage. Like, you have to look at your tools and try and figure out, well, okay, what can I actually practically do with this? Like, if you're looking at a 2D game engine and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a 3D game with this, you're gonna have an interesting time. Like, if you're looking at a 2D game engine and going, I'm going to make a 3D game with this for the fucking challenge of it, like that one person who made this, was it Geometry Dash, I think? I think it was a Geometry Dash level. This wild fucking 3D experience of a Geometry Dash level. And, you know, Geometry Dash, not a 3D game engine. Or at least not in any way that it allows you to place objects in a 3D plane. Very much a 2D sort of affair. And they made this fucking masterpiece of a level that just, through God knows what series of interactions, turned this Geometry Dash level into a fucking wild 3D ride. Really cool. I'll pop the link in the Discord afterwards if I remember. So, specifically using tools that are not fit for purpose, for your intended purpose, as a challenge, that's valid. But, you know, if you're actually wanting to develop a 3D game, you probably want to start with a 3D game engine, rather than trying to hack it together in a 2D game engine.
Right.
Like, I work in web development. Put down your pitchforks. And I think that PHP is a fine language. Put down your pitchforks. It fucking depends on what you're using it for, and when it comes to picking a programming language, there are factors beyond what can the language do. Like, what libraries are available for it, what platforms are available. I work in web development, grabbing my gun. PHP is a fine language. Putting it down and grabbing a big launcher tube. Oh, God. I see what you're saying does not compute, and I'm gonna get to that, but I do want to just, like, finish my thoughts about PHP. Like, PHP is an interesting thing because it's like, it's almost the English language of web technologies. It is not particularly pretty. It's not particularly elegant. It's bloated, complicated, and can be a little tricky to learn.
Sound like my mother. Oh, you're not talking about me. Okay, no, we're fine. Go ahead.
But a lot of people know at least some of it. which means that if you get together a bunch of programmers who don't necessarily all have familiarity with one particular ideal language that you would want to use, chances are that most of them are going to know some PHP. So a lot of stuff that doesn't need that needs to have a lot of hands on it ends up in PHP. Like, I know this isn't a great fucking example because the next word out of my mouth is going to be Facebook, but Facebook irreparably changed the world, and their websites run on fucking PHP. So you can do it. You can do fucking anything with anything. You just have to have enough fucking determination and venture capital, I guess.
Yeah.
PHP is the ESL of the web dev world. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I would much prefer to be coding backends in C#, but most of my colleagues don't know shit from fuck about C#, and while I would like to say, well, you're gonna have to fucking learn it to work with my stuff, I don't have that luxury. So, yeah, I have to just shrug my shoulders and be like, okay, I'm gonna fucking build this shit in PHP, fuck it, whatever. And if there's like a side project that I just need to nail together really fucking fast, then I can still bust out the C#, but yeah. And yeah, PHP has also the advantage that it has been around for fucking ever, so you can run it on a lot of things, and it has a lot of things built for it. Now, going back to what Does Not Compute was saying about Lisa. Yeah, Lisa is an RPG Maker game, I think. And you want another example of something built in, you know, something very simple and fairly easy to get your hands on? Undertale. Undertale built-in game maker. Also, Undertale, fucking, the dialogue system in Undertale. Dear God, the dialogue system. Never feel bad about your goddamn programming, because if Toby Fox can put out a fucking genre-changing RPG like Undertale and has all the dialogue in one giant fucking if-else or switch case or whatever construct it was, you can chuck whatever jank you want into your code. Fuck it, just do it.
Yeah.
Can you make Doom in PHP? I think you probably could port Doom to PHP. Like, it depends on how you would want to do that. I don't know what kind of graphical libraries are available for Doom. Like, PHP is a server-side language, so it doesn't run in browser. But I imagine you could rig something together.
Now, I definitely know, obviously, but for anyone in chat who might not have a clue as to what the fuck you're talking about, maybe you should tell them what PHP stands for?
Oh, Perl Hypertext Preprocessor? I don't fucking know, actually.
Oh, yay.
It's just a web language. It's just a programming language that you use when you're writing generally... no. Exclusively server-side stuff. You would never write a client-side thing in PHP. Asterisk, you can write stuff that is displayed client-side in PHP, but it is not executed client-side. If you have somehow built a system that is executing PHP client-side, how? What went wrong? Who hurt you? Whoa, NFL.com. Cool.
Wow. What?
I need to disable my fucking Windows key. That's twice now I've pressed it and toggled out of the goddamn game.
Oh no.
PHP
okay,
and Doom,
speaking
it
of-
exists, hell yeah. Go ahead.
Yay. Speaking of the game,
Uh-huh.
it looks like we've got good prices for clothes and for chocolate today.
Ooh.
I think we sold most of our clothes yesterday, but we got a couple new boxes today, so I'm gonna take those and our chocolate out and sell it.
Yeah, go for it.
You want to double check the chart? Make sure I'm not
Sure. Let's see.
talking out my ass.
Chocolate. What is it, May?
Yeah.
Yeah, good prices on chocolate and, let's see, clothes. Yeah, same prices this month as last on clothes. Go for it.
Okay.
Wikipedia says PHP was originally personal homepage and is now PHP hypertext post-processor.
Hmm.
I've... Okay, so... Fucking, open source software in-joke 101. A lot of open source software, I think less so nowadays, but, certainly a lot back in the day, was named, to have recursive initialisms. Initialisms are different from acronyms. Initialisms is when you say the three letters like FBI or CIA. Acronyms is when you just say the whole fucking thing like laser. Laser is an acronym. Light amplification by stimulated emission of emission of radiations. Initialism, FBI, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, GNU, GNU's not Unix, is exactly the one that I was going to mention. Wine is not an emulator. These fuckers were like, you know what the cleverest fucking thing we can do when we're naming this shit is? It's to put the fucking initialism. So I guess wine is an acronym rather than initialism because you say wine. I'm just on one this tonight, aren't I? You've not been able to get a word in edgeways for like half an hour.
Fine.
No.
I don't know shit from fuck, so that's fine.
But no, like they're like, yeah, that's fucking clever. We're going to just put our acronym / initialism in the start of our the name of our product or project, and like. I like that better than what we have now, which is just like... I feel like a lot of projects have gone beyond the... We're just going to call this something and drop a couple of vowels, like, this is our new open source thing, we're calling it Poob, or, fuck, what else? Tumblr, key example. Take a word, spell it wrong, drop a vowel. And I don't know what we've moved on to, as far as trends for naming things.
It's mostly like baby sounds, I feel like.
I think you're right.
Tubi, it's Wombo.
Yeah, fucking Tubi. Hulu's been around for a bit. Quibi was a thing for a bit.
Wibby.
Yep.
I miss the days of like, American Aluminum Factory.
Yeah.
And they're a factory in America that does aluminum.
Aya says, I love that one tweet that's like, the most consequential figures in the tech world are half guys like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, and half some guy named Ronald who maintains a Unix tool called Runk which stands for Ronald's Universal Number Counter and handles all math for every machine on Earth.
Mhm.
It's so fucking true. Like, open source software is... Hi, honey.
Hi.
Open source software is a wonderful thing. It does mean that so much stuff is just running on stuff that's maintained by one guy. And if that guy gets hit by a fucking bus, like, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, I feel like I saw a tweet earlier that was talking about furry conventions and how they better hope to God that the furries aren't all going to, Pittsburgh in a Boeing, because the whole world's like technological infrastructure is gonna fall apart.
Yeah. I've kind of cooled a little bit on that whole, all furries are tech nerds thing, because it does feel a little, a lot exclusionary for the vast quantity of furries who are not,
Sure.
working in tech.
It's funny. I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a very sort of online culture, so there's gonna be a lot of people involved with
Yeah.
computers, but it's just a very broad community. So
I-
there's gonna be a lot of everything in it.
Yeah. I think it was truer, maybe 10, 20 years ago. Certainly 20 years ago. Less so 10 years ago, but like, it, there are a lot more furries from a lot more walks of life than just tech, as, the internet's become more accessible to everyone. Um,
I'm not in tech, not really.
I know you're not.
So there's an example.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a good example, and I love you very much.
Woo!
Oh,
Sorry.
you did crash into the front of our track.
I've been trying so hard not to.
The existence of furries in your online group is an indication of its health. Hell yeah. Here to represent furries who ain't really
Cool.
doing shit. Fuck yeah. Valid as hell.
How come the trailer isn't part of me anymore? That's weird.
You detached it. I thought that was
I
intentional.
don't remember detaching it. I mean, I haven't really publicly talked about what I do for a living because, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there have been enough hints dropped along the way that people who follow the news know what I do for a living.
Yeah. Yeah, going back to tech company names for just a moment, we went through a phase where, and I am not fucking kidding you, did you ever notice that for a while there was a lot of tech companies springing up that had two O's in it, in the name?
Come to me through
Oh, I've heard
fire
about
and
this.
war.
Yeah,
I
absolutely. This
Dar-
weird superstition.
Darby, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This weird superstition about, like, well, Google's successful, and it's because it's got two O's in it.
Yeah. The last big company I worked for, and again, this is quote unquote big company. I forget if I've ranted about this on stream or off stream. But like, fucking, I worked for a tech company that was a Silicon Valley startup. I was working in their London branch, and I got to witness the whole fucking thing basically collapse in on itself as it was bought by an outside investor, and said outside investor tried desperately to make this company profitable, which was just not gonna happen. Like, the thing that the founders had wanted to happen had happened. The company had been bought by some other company that didn't know shit from fuck and thought that they could make what our company was doing happen. And they were not able to, and like the longest for the entire time I was working there, it was just like cost-cutting measure after cost-cutting measure to try and stop the company bleeding so much money as they tried to, first get the company's tech to actually work for what they wanted it to. Then, they bought in a couple of other companies to try and, staple those onto us to try and, weave together their products into what we were doing and to make it profitable. That didn't work, so then some of the companies that got bought were sold off, and at one point the initial company, the one that I joined, was sold off, and the successor company that retained the original name was one of the companies that got bought, which was a very weird situation. And that successor company eventually got sold to some big French company, and they cleared out all the non-essential people, and because I was the last tech support person standing in London, they kind of looked at me and went, "You don't seem particularly essential. Off you go." Anyway, the point of that was that, I spoke to the founders about the company and the name of it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we picked this company name, it means this in this language, and we also picked it because it has two O's in it, which is, if you look at the data, all these companies that have two O's in the name have done spectacularly well." And I really wish that I'd asked for the fucking data. I really, really wish that I hadn't been like, God knows how many drinks in, and was just being like, "Okay, so this is the person that owns your future. You better not fuck this interaction up." And I was just thinking, "Oh yeah, what data?" Because I would love to see the report that says, "Oh yeah, you stick two O's in your company's name, and more people will, invest in it." Because the crazy fucking thing is, that's the sort of thing that could actually be true. Not like... It depends on how you measure success. Like, if you measure success by gets a bunch of venture capital people to invest in it, then it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if it gets into the zeitgeist that companies with two O's in the name are more successful than companies that aren't, and you gently mention that around and feed that rumor and yada yada yada, then that's going to get to investors who are going to go, "Well, okay, I've heard that companies statistically with two O's in the name are more successful than companies that don't have that, so when I'm trying to figure out where to stick all my money that I've got from totally legal means that definitely didn't involve exploiting workers, I'm gonna bet on the one that's got two O's in the name." Like, that's purely an effect that can be made real by people believing in it, because
absolutely.
Capitalism is the best way to structure how we allocate our resources, And as Dan Olson said in I think it was the big video on the GameStop thing, that Wall Street is full of like C- students that get along just fine. So finance is not a big complicated thing on the surface. Like, there's not really a huge barrier to entry, because there's not really a there. Like, when you take a look at a statement like, companies that have two O's in the name are generally more successful than companies that don't have that, and realize that could actually be true due to market forces. You kind of become the Joker a little bit, I think.
Just a little bit,
Just
yeah.
a tiny fucking bit. Is this good stream? Do y'all enjoy this? Are you having fun? I'm having fun. I'm
Do you
having
enjoy
a
our
great time.
passions, chat?
Interesting conversation. Best stream. Yay, yes. Hell yeah. New Twitch streamer Booby sees a massive success by name alone.
Hell yeah.
For real. Like... Man, success on Twitch, success on YouTube as well just feels... I think it's like, maybe... I don't know, fuck. I can't even speak to it because, like, we've got, like, moderate success. Like, we're doing alright. I like the community we have built here. I enjoy having you all around. It's nice. It's fun. It feels good to have, like, this little bully pulpit that I can air my grievances from. But, like, you look at, you know, how did someone like Jerma get, to where he's at, and it's like, he's done it for a long goddamn time, and he was just kind of in the right place at the right time, and, like, got shared around by the right folks at the right time, and
I feel like part of his success, at least, is due to the fact that he looks like TF2 Scout. I feel like that's gotta be part of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is luck. It is luck about getting attention, and, like, I think... like, I'm kind of... I'm a bit of an analytical person. I like looking at stats. I like trying to divine trends from things. But I cannot stare at our Twitch or YouTube analytics for too long without starting to lose it a little bit, because,
Yeah.
like, if you're doing entertainment and you're trying to optimize that entertainment, I feel like that's a losing proposition. Like, if you're trying to quote-unquote optimize that, then you're just not gonna find an audience. Numbers are bad for you sometimes. Yeah. And yeah, massive part is luck and networking, and but yeah, just looking at those numbers and trying all this data that's in front of you, and trying to think, well, okay, what can I actually learn from this? And you kind of realize that not much.
No.
'Cause
No. It's all at the whim of this, the fey desires of this unknowable,
like,
robot.
the hell of it is that by the time those kinds of analytics are actually useful for you, by the time you can actually start to see, you know, some trends and some, okay, what worked, what didn't, oh, people kind of tuned out at this point in the video, why is that? And, you know, you realize that, oh, the audio's bad at this point, that's weird. By the time that kind of stuff is useful, you've kind of already made it, at least to some extent. By the time you have that big enough sample size that it's actually significant, you don't
That's a good point.
you don't really need to be thinking too much about channel growth anymore. And that, again, it a little bit makes me the Joker.
I resolutely refuse to look at any of that stuff. I mean, you're the one with the logins and everything anyway, but
Yeah.
you could not get me willingly to look at. I don't even have our viewer numbers in my little moderator thing for stream.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, I absolutely
that's
have
just
that
bad
switched.
brain city.
I have that switched off, like, entirely because it feels it feels so much like the the turning the content dial from left to right, back and forth, and looking frantically back at the audience to see what's working, and like that fucking sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
Val-
I do and don't regret that we only did one stream of Paradise Killer, because I think the reason we didn't is because we looked at the viewership number and it was not great that night, and we let it get to us. I'm kind of okay with it because I'm glad I got to play it on my own time because it's such a good fucking
Yeah.
game, but I also wish we'd kept up with it and made it a stream series.
no, 100%.
And we shouldn't have let it get to us.
No, 100%. Like, I really want to just not let that kind of stuff get to us, because when it comes down to it, like, what we're doing is we're having fun. We're inviting y'all into our house, and if you're having fun too, then that's great. We're playing toys together. That's fantastic. Love it. We're having fun. We're making jokes. We're
tractor toys together.
Yeah, we're banging our tractors together and our little Hot Wheels tractors together and having fun. And we're talking about PHP and Germa and the crushing realization that our entire financial system is just fucking bonkers. But what matters is that what we're making is something that we're having fun making.
Exactly.
And, like, if you look at fucking Mr. Beast, and I know that we bring him up a lot because I feel like he's just this cautionary tale. Like,
yeah.
It is wild that in interviews he just literally says that he doesn't think he has a personality besides YouTube anymore, and I'm like, God, I don't want that to ever be me.
That's really sad. That's
like,
really upsetting.
I'll take the fucking money he's making, but I don't want that to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Val says, I wouldn't be seeing the numbers I do if not for a handful of friends that know some other friends. The rest of the analytics aren't useful. Makes me the Joker when it doesn't quite work. Makes me the Joker when it does work. Yeah.
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 Like, absolutely, like, our numbers are also in part due to networking. Like, just simply
yeah, for sure.
Talking with people,
with
reaching
you
out.
And Duke and Ellie and, you know, other folks too.
Yeah. And like, it kind of sucks to say that because, like, it feels like, I don't know, there's something weird about it that I don't really like, and also I recognize that's probably just my fucking stupid brain being like, hey, you're using
I know
these
what
people.
You mean. Exactly. Yeah, it's like
that is the last fucking thing I want to do.
It's just the thing that happens because we're both essentially in the same hobby.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it sucks to devalue your content to nobody would be here if not for this other person, but how else does word get out? Yeah, like, you gotta get noticed somehow, and you know, doing video games on Twitch somehow isn't quite enough to get noticed. I can't think why. It feels like that's a market that is fairly untapped. Yeah, like, I look at some of the stuff that other folks are doing on Twitch, and, like, I'm looking at, like, you know, Punkit, she's been doing, like, some cooking streams, and I'm like, that would be really cool, I would love to do a cooking stream, and it's like, I want to come at it from the perspective of, I want to do a cooking stream because I think that would be fun, and not, I want to do a cooking stream because that is going to make number go
because
up.
They seem popular.
Yeah. I don't. I don't want to be poisoned by that. I know this is, you know, a kind of a lot of inside baseball, but you know, maybe it's interesting. Who knows? Jax, how's that Monster Energy Bread video? I have been thinking about that. I'm so fucking sorry. Like,
Ah,
I have all the footage in the can.
your green whale.
Yeah, I I don't know. I'm maybe gonna talk to Ellie, probably gonna talk to Laura about it and just see, hey, is this footage salvageable in that could we piece together something from this? Like, uh oh, yeah, for folks who are not in the know, uh I have made, well, backing up a little bit. Oh, honey. Oh, you're getting weeded. You're getting weeded.
Oh, I'm 1,000,000% stuck. Okay, yay.
Um. Okay. Yeah. So this all kind of started way back. When I was guesting on a stream with Koboltoon, and we were just shooting the shit like usual. Like we did some very fun little bits about, I don't know, Isabelle and Vegeta getting together. I think that was one of the bits, but and also about like running Doom on a number of crabs. Um, and at one point, I just came out with, you know, you could make Monster Energy bread. You could just replace the water in in a bread recipe with Monster Energy and see what that makes. And people really latched on to that. And at one point, for one Pride Month, I think it was our final goal was I would make Monster Energy bread. I have since done this after long delay, and I filmed well, it's been a process because I made an initial Monster Energy bread loaf, fully expecting it to be fucking terrible. And I was just like, this is just kind of bread. It's like got a kind of bitter taste to it, but it's not like, it's not bad in an interesting way. It's kind of okay, like especially if you like spread some jam on it, it's kind of nice. Like the tartness of the Monster Energy kind of works with it. But yeah, the so I filmed that and then I was like, I can't just do this. I have to have a bigger point to the video. So I got a bunch of other cans of Monster Energy and was like, okay, I'm going to make a bunch of loaves of bread. And that kind of stopped and started a lot because I am not a filmmaker. I'm barely a video editor. And like I can point a camera at things and I can make videos, but like usually when we're doing stuff, it's you know, just gameplay footage and our little PNG tubers. So trying to get to grips with filming and stuff was weird, and I'm not really satisfied with the footage from the many loaves. In part because it was a long couple of days of shooting, and I learned an awful lot from it, and I'm like, I have made so many mistakes that I just want to go back and reshoot.
That's the curse.
It's the fucking curse. Like, I was what, like 20 hours more skilled in shooting video at the end of it than I was at the start. I'm just like, well, fuck. I know that I needed a couple of extra tools to work with, or at the very least I needed to, you know, kind of reposition this, bring some more light in here, film in these conditions, blah, 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 blah. And the hell of it is that I am not really a person that has 20 hours to spare in a single block very often. So, yeah, I need to... I think I just need to fess up and just work with the footage that I've got, and it's probably going to be fine. It's probably going to be fine. Jax, I am not really a person. It's true. Been hiding this from y'all.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Monster Energy bread. I don't know. I want to get it out before the end of the year because literally I was thinking about it last night, just being like, man, I really wish I'd kind of kept up the momentum I had earlier in the year for that. We're kind of circling back to the ADHD talk from earlier, I feel like.
Yeah, that's not going to help with this sort of endeavor,
No, no, no.
especially once you start working on the Monster Energy scope and start adding new things to the idea.
Yeah. Like, I feel like my options for it now are either go ahead with the footage that I have and just kind of accept that it's not fantastic, which I think is probably the options I'm going to go for, or uh, it's twofold, right? Thing one, the um, the footage wasn't the best. Thing two, the loaves didn't come out the best because I was trying to bake like 10 loaves and I very much do not have a kitchen that is equipped to handle like making 10 different loaves uh all with slightly different ingredients um and then having those loaves rise, then baking those loaves. Like, I had to fucking empty my fridge and let those raise in the fridge overnight, and that did not really lead to a
Welcome, Moon and
particularly
Star.
good.
I have prepared a place for
loaf.
you.
The Turkish Pope. Hey, good to see you.
Oh,
Thank you for the 30
hey.
months. Appreciate it. Been replaying all the Donkey Kong Country games. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, if I do go to reshoots, I think what makes sense is probably to do like one video that's just making fucking Monster Energy bread with basic Monster, and then do like a mini series with each one doing, you know, a couple of loaves, and either release those piecemeal or, you know, mash them all up into one big video. You know, space out the baking over a longer period of time. But yeah, I don't know. There's an there's an element of shame to it. Is what it is, because I look at the fucking loaves that I made and I'm just like, these are some sad looking loaves, and it's not even the fault of the Monster Energy because the Control loaf came out like that too. It's just that it's just that they didn't get a proper rise, or I did something wrong in the process that, like, they're perfectly edible. Spoilers, I guess. The Control loaf was perfectly edible. Yeah. Isn't a bread spurt. That's true. I feel like I make a good loaf of bread when I'm given the opportunity, and, you know, I'm not making 10 loaves of bread at a time.
Y'all, Jax is a pretty good cook when she puts her mind to it. I from experience.
I have made some good fucking pizzas, some good fucking black bean burgers
Yeah.
from scratch. Like,
Yeah.
that fucking gumbo. Oh.
God, that gumbo was so fucking good. Are you kidding me?
Oh god, yeah. I need to.
I still think about the sweet and sour chicken we made the first time we were together.
Yeah, god, that's so good. I've not made that in an age. I need to make that again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I cook pretty well, I think, and I bake pretty well. Like, I haven't. Well, aside from, you know, anomalous 10 loaf baking incident at one weekend this year, I haven't done much baking in a while. But I used to bake an absolute ton because, like, I would just bring food into work. Like, baking something at the weekend and bringing it in on Monday was fun. It was nice and recreational, and it was kind of nice to just, you know, give this stuff to my co-workers who would be like, "Oh, you should go on the Great British Bake Off, in it," because I was in London, of course.
Of course.
And you know, I'm like, nah, 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 and I don't regret not putting my name forward for the Great British Bake Off. I don't think I would have done well.
Aw.
Like, I think I
They do some bonkers shit.
Yeah.
They do some stuff that's like just wild master baking on that show.
And they also do fucking Mexican Week, which just, man,
God.
I don't fucking understand how that got to air. That's so fucking bizarre. Like, the UK is, contrary to popular belief, not a country that's unfamiliar with spice and stuff like that. Because, you know, we have a fairly large populations from all corners of the world. Hashtag colonialism.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, Indian food is very, very popular. I feel like in England.
oh yeah,
it's
it's
like
massively
extreme
fucking
flavor.
massively fucking popular. Like, that is to say that the most popular form of Indian food in the UK is a dish that's not, you know, a traditional Indian dish. It's tikka masala, which is um kind of a, like, the apocryphal form of it was that a customer at a curry house was like, "Oh, add some gravy to the curry sauce," and the chefs working there were like, "We're gonna fucking improvise, whatever." British people's biggest export is pretending to be experts in other nations, I think. No, you're so fucking right. You're so fucking right. Like, the moment you try and talk to people from the UK, certain people from the UK, like, I don't want to tar everyone with the same fucking brush, because God knows not everyone there is a shithead. Just a lot of them. A lot of people in the UK, like, you try and have a conversation about colonialism and the effect of the British Empire on the world, and it's like, yeah, but we built the fucking railways in India, we gave them the railways. It's like, yeah, you built the fucking railways from resource extraction sites to ports. Great. Wonderful. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone appreciates that so much. And, you know, obviously, years and years of colonial atrocities besides that, but just the whole fucking, we gave them the railways shit. Don't give me that. That's fucking bullshit. I hate that.
Yeah.
Gave them the fucking railways, my fucking ass. If I punch you in the balls but I give you a lollipop, does that make it better? I don't think so.
Only if you're into that sort of thing.
From experience, the British built railways to suck to use and are not like... sorry. No,
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you.
One Gay Furry 69, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you appreciate
Hell yeah.
our ramblings on colonialism and everything. But, like, I don't know, like, railways in the UK were kind of good for a bit. I don't know, fuck it. Watch/listen to any well, there's your problem episode on British Rail / any rail disaster in the UK, or listen to fucking Rail Natter they'll go over it much better than I can. But the long and short of it is, we had pretty good trains in the UK. Then Thatcher happened, and then British Rail got privatized, and everything started to suck real bad. Specifically about former colonies. Can't speak for the UK mainland. Yeah, I have experienced the railways in Canada, which I guess qualifies as a former British colony. So it still does feel like it's maybe still stapled to the UK a bit too tightly. So I can't speak for other former British colonies. But rail infrastructure in Canada sucks ass.
Uh-huh.
In about the same way as it sucks ass in the US. Yeah. For similar reasons. The public transit in Vancouver is fucking great. But that's all I can say. Stapled to the UK a bit too much considering who we have on our $20 bill. And our coins, yeah. You know, a cashless society is problematic for a lot of reasons, but at the very least, I don't think I've ever had to handle a coin that has the current parasite in chief stamped on it. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Also, didn't give them the railways, press gang the populace into building the railways. Yeah. Building railways, historically, not a great thing for minorities or marginalized groups in the country that they're being built in.
No, not really.
God. Sorry, we're kind of wandering around. Have we sold everything we need to sell?
I think so. I think we're good for the day.
Okay, let's go to bed. Oh, God. Where did we get to this from? Okay, yeah. We got to this from British Bake Off via Curry, via everything like that, and yeah. Now talk about colonialism and Fallout. Stares balefully at the NCR. We did that already, technically.
Yeah.
Pictures of farms on the wall because this is framing simulator. God. I love to look at pictures of farms in my farm.
When we come inside after a hard night of farming, I'm like, boy, I miss looking at the farm.
Like, what does it say about, like, hypothetically, the people that live in this house? Because in actuality, the people that live in this house, technically in-game, that's us, right?
Right.
But this house has been created by a mod author who maybe had some kind of storytelling in mind for this. What do you think they had in
what
mind
is the suggested fiction?
Yeah. Why is there a miniature catapult on the mantelpiece? That's neat.
It's very cool. It's in case the snowmen rebel.
I guess so. Sleep well, Squeak. Phonium.
Have a good night.
I love the little picture of the doggy.
Yeah.
What am I?
It even looks like Tango.
Oh, that was the. Oh, I can. I could hold the grill, but it's too heavy.
Okay.
Oh, I can levitate this watering can.
Yay.
Oh, God.
Oh, neat. That's not working for me. I have my own watering can.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
So-
God. You opened the door into my skin, and now I can't move.
Big cross above the fireplace, because
Yeah.
I mean, they got the Swiss flag wrong as far as the color and the shape goes, but they got close.
They did their best.
pictures of horses, like, does it add authenticity that we have pictures of farms and pictures of horses? Does it make it more believable this is a farmhouse? Or is the feeling more, this is a holiday cottage built on farmland? Because I'm feeling a bit more holiday cottage built on
Oh,
farmland right now.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because you don't do any farming on the holiday cottage, so this is the closest you get is to whimsically look at these photographs and be like, ah, yes, farming.
That said, maybe farmers are just maybe some farmers are just really fucking into pictures of farms.
Well, let me ask you this: do you have paintings of
Huh?
code on the wall?
No, but I do know some nerdy ass motherfuckers who would.
Hmm.
Um,
I
oh,
just want to know what games we have on this thing.
I know, right? Sucks that we can't play it.
Can we play like Ultima on this or something?
Super is it?
Also,
It's a
God, don't stand
cow
on it.
5. Because you'll put your head through the roof.
Well, stand where I'm standing and then just start turning.
Okay.
Because it's like it sucks butts.
It looks normal.
Look at me. Get more onto the yeah, there you go. Super normal.
I don't understand. I'm just kind of seeing through the roof.
Get you really need to get like here because
Okay.
everything's popping in and out of existence. I'm watching various parts of you coming in and out of being. It's the pits.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see it.
it's
Yeah.
calling whatever it wants.
Edward Cullen stuff.
Wow. I
Oh.
would also like to know the mod author's decision for all of this shelf stable room temperature fruit juice.
I mean,
The
that's a thing.
donuts.
You can get shelf stable room temperature fruit juice.
I guess, but like, ew. I
Oh,
don't.
like
Cold juice is good.
cold juice
Tepid
is
juice, I feel, is less good than cold
okay.
juice.
Okay, cold juice is delicious, but what do you not have a lot of room of in your fridge? Wait,
Do I not have a lot of room of?
I'm so fucking tired. Apparently,
12?
what? Sorry, you don't have a lot of room in your fridge, right?
Sure.
You don't have room in your fridge for what? 5 by 3, 5 by 4, for like 20 boxes of fruit juice, right?
Sure.
So you have shelf-stable fruit juice, and you put like one or
Why
two
why
cartons of
ain't
it
it in one
in.
of the shelves? Why is it sitting out on top of the cupboard? We got all this beautiful storage, all of these walnut cabinets that may or may not be
Look,
walnut.
honey, sweetie,
Hi.
my love.
Hello. Hi.
What do you have on your kitchen island right now?
Mm, bowls and medicine and cleaning stuff.
Why aren't those bowls away in a cupboard? You've got so many cupboards to put those in.
Because I'm nasty like that.
Well, we're nasty too. That's why we've got our fruit juice on top of the
Oh,
cupboard.
okay. Well, see, that's the answer I was asking the question for.
This washing tub and little pitcher up here as decoration feels true to life. My folks absolutely had stuff like that in the house I grew up in, just kind of sitting out up there as decoration, except for like once or twice a year around Christmas time where they desperately needed like a fucking enormous bowl to do something in. And, you know, you'd get it down, it was always just nasty with dust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dust and all the cooking grease
Yeah.
that was aerosolized that settled into it.
Yeah. The fucking enormous profusion of donuts, I don't have an explanation for.
These
That's
things
just
are
cool.
8 years old. Those are fossils.
Yeah. 30 months is 2.5 years. Holy shit, you're right. Man, the passage of time really is something. They're chew toys, exactly. Like, also, this fucking... does this qualify as a Lazy Susan? I feel like a Lazy Susan has,
It's-
like, one
It's
deck.
not what I would call that. Yeah, I think this is just like a bread rack, a cake city.
A Cake City. Okay, yeah, I get that. I fucks with
Cake
that.
City.
Now, why does the top why is the top like that? Why the top like that? Why not have
pick
the
up radio
pointy
signals.
things on top?
I think it's you can like hang a cloth from it.
Oh, maybe. For holding a single banana. Hold a display card for prices. Yeah, I was thinking that might be it. So this is maybe a model that's been reused from a bakery somewhere in some asset pack someplace.
Hey, I have a fun game for chat to play.
Huh?
Imagine, if you will, you wake up, it's Saturday morning, you come down into your kitchen excited to have some breakfast cakes, and you see this out your window. God, I wish I was T-posing.
Pull your chainsaw out just for good measure. Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, your chainsaw's just kind of poking through the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got to show chat how I look before we wrap up for the night. I think
We have
chat's
a cool
probably
boat
seen.
over here. Look at our symmetrically rested boat.
We have a boat? Let me come over on the
Yeah.
tricycle real quick. Wow.
Look at our horrible, no good, symmetrically rested boat.
That's a fucking terrible boat. What have we been sailing it in? Caustic soda?
Yeah.
That...
And our wood JPEG.
Oh, I love our good wood JPEG. Got some real pieces of wood on top and then just the wood JPEG down here.
No one will ever know.
Sorry. Val responding to you asking what do if you were outside like that. I would hide on top of the fridge and wait for the event to be over.
That's pretty valid.
Speaking of, on Thursday and Sunday, we are going to be playing Voices of the Void 0.8 in story mode. And you might be wondering, wait, didn't you already start that? Yes, but the version that we started playing had a lot of bugs, including, well, one fairly major one, which was all signals would be Mars.
All signals is
So-
Mars.
Oops, all Mars. Also, we didn't
all
really
Mars.
make a lot of progress in that save on account of
And
being very boisterous and dying a lot. So
Mhm.
we're just gonna
And
start
luckily,
the fuck over
especially
on the new version.
after watching you playing the new version, definitely no bugs to be had. No bugs at all.
No bugs whatsoever. Bug
Certainly
free.
not a desperate throng of insectoid life. Just
Oh god.
drumming with desperation behind all those fucking lockers.
Every signal was Mars. Oh god. So yeah, you got that to look forward to on Thursday. We are going to be doing it past the controller style.
Mhm.
Because the thing about running a channel with two people is
Run.
it can't run. I think I can outrun that tractor. Yeah. I'll just keep
Look
talking
at
while
you
you
backpedaling. Oh my
Like,
god.
I'll just keep talking. Well, you should run backwards to show chat how the backpedaling animation looks, because it's bad. Look at you fucking go! You speed demon! Where was it?
No.
Shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we're gonna play pass the controller style because think about playing single player games on a channel with 2 people on it. Not that much fun for one of the people. Depends on the game, obviously, but like Voices of the Void feels like one that it would be nice to be able to both of us play the video game. So that's gonna be fun. When we trade off, we are also gonna issue each other challenges to accomplish during our time playing it. So,
Just
yeah,
add some spice.
add a little bit
That
of
sort of
spice.
GST je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it, especially because like I have been edging myself with Voices of the Void
Oh, what?
by playing the ambient mode, which shouldn't be spooky, but has scared me very, very bad a couple of times, regardless. You have that Kerfus mod installed. What Kerfus mod? Do I need to look up Kerfus mods so that I can show Val and myself?
If there are any mods for Voices of the Void, there's definitely something happening to Kerfus in them.
I feel like I looked it up and like the most popular mod is like an extension cord.
Good.
Oh. God. We're just vibing now. We've
Dr. Kelbig Naturals mod. More games need to do like that one Jurassic Park game did and put your HUD tattooed on your tits.
Yeah. God.
I think that's what Voices needs.
Jurassic Park Trespasser was ahead of its goddamn time. Like, fucking the choice to have all of your interaction with the game be, I think it was HUDless because like your health was that tattoo on your boob. The character would have voice lines for different amounts of ammunition. Like you'd press a button to check how many bullets you've got, and they'd be like, "Oh, about 5 rounds left," or half a clip, or something like that.
Excuse me, dinosaurs. I have 12 bullets remaining.
Yeah, but a lot of your interaction with the world was just driven by you had a hand that you could deploy and interact with things via the hand. Whether that was, grabbing your gun or driving a jeep or whatever. They put their whole chest into the UX, you could say. Yes, you could say that and you should say that. Okay. I think,
I forgot we could do that.
uh,
Good night, machinery. I
Ooh.
love you.
ooh.
Ooh.
I'll buff out. It's fine. Ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh, oh
Uh-oh.
god. What?
What is that? Oh god. Oh, the doors have physics.
Yeah.
Oh, our giant toboggan. Wait, no. Montrose! Shit.
It really doesn't like that, huh?
No.
Okay, that'll buff out. We're just bullshitting at this point, like as if that's any different to what we've been doing for the rest of the stream. I think that's been a good one. I think we should call it here though, and maybe find someone to raid.
It here
Fine.
though.
Okay. Okay, smart girl. Very funny.
Yay! I'm so smart.
Bar. Oh,
Jax, I'm sleepy. I'm gonna curl up in a tight little ball and just snore for 12 hours, I think.
oh, that sounds real good, actually. I would like that very much. Let's have just a quick little look and see if there's fan art. Nope, nothing. That's all good. Oh, hydrate? Yeah.
Alright.
Uh,
I can do that. Behold.
Hydrating. Hydrate.
Ugh.
Oy.
No, I got water on my shirt. I didn't say I was good at it. I said I could do it.
God. Fucking. You want to just fucking knock on Lilith mode? No, we shouldn't do that. Fucking terrible feature.
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely awful. Let's see, who can we raid? Dollop's going, Mars going. Kinda looks like. Oh, yeah, Mar, I think, is just about to raid someone. Maybe? I mean, I can't imagine that they dropped "Hi, I'm Paul" several times. Oh, yep, yeah, raiding into Dollop. Okay. I guess we're raiding into Dollop. Okay. Raid phrase from Squeak Monium. Oh boy, a beer. Oh boy, a beer. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh boy. Ear.
Dollop. Go say hi to Dollop. This is our raid phrase. We're going to be back on Thursday with Voices of the Void 0.8. Look forward to that. And,
Be there or don't.
be there
We're not
or
your moms.
don't. It's cool either way. Take care, everyone. Good hanging out. And
We'll see you
goodbye.
then.
Mwah.